Intel is expanding its portfolio of AI data center offerings, unveiling a new chip that aims to gain market share in a rapidly growing industry. I'm going to discuss the details of that announcement and what it could mean for Intel stock investors, but also Nvidia, AMD, and all AI stock investors. Let's take a look.
I want to thank The Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/Parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now.
So Intel is expanding its portfolio, unveiling a new data center GPU codenamed Crescent Island and revealing a rack-scale reference design based on its Gaudi 3 systems. Of course, Intel is in the middle of building out its AI strategy after falling behind the likes of Nvidia and AMD. During the company's most recent earnings call, newly appointed CEO said he will focus on the chip maker's efforts on AI inference and agentic AI. So Intel has fallen significantly behind AMD and, of course, way behind Nvidia. Nvidia, most notably, has been gaining meaningful market share in these new data centers optimized for AI. Prior generation data centers were optimized and were based on CPUs, a category where Intel had dominated for many, many years. And now the new data centers that are being built are based on primarily on GPUs. That's a category that Nvidia dominates and has an estimated market share of around 90%. So new competitors are jumping in because Nvidia, not only does it dominate this industry with roughly 90% market share, but it's also generating operating profit margins over 60%, gross profit margins of near 75%. So it's been a very lucrative industry for Nvidia, a very lucrative category for Nvidia. And I've been talking about for several quarters and several years now how when a company like Nvidia dominates an industry and demonstrates such strong profitability, it's going to invite rivals. It's going to invite competitors because competitors are looking at Nvidia and saying, man, your profits are amazing. Your growth is amazing. We want even just a piece of that would be great for our business. And so they're jumping in, all of them trying to take nibbles at the industry that Nvidia dominates. And of course, the buyers of these products, the companies like Amazon, Microsoft, Alphabet, etc., that are purchasing these GPUs, they welcome the competition because this is a major input into these data centers optimized for AI. Nvidia dominates this industry so strongly that they command premium prices. And so competitors like AMD and Intel are welcomed by these large buyers that are spending, Amazon's going to spend over $105 billion on capital expenditures this year, most of that going to data centers optimized for AI. If there's only one supplier of GPUs, that supplier holds a big advantage, a big negotiating advantage against Amazon and Microsoft and others also, right? So as a buyer of that technology, you want other people to jump in so that you can pit them against each other and say, hey, Nvidia, if you charge us prices that are too high, we're going to go to AMD, we're going to go to Intel, we're going to buy more from them. And that threat is now becoming more and more viable as AMD especially has come out with a really strong product that's gaining meaningful share. And now Intel is trying to jump in. They've been trying to jump in for a while now, unsuccessfully. And this is their latest product. And hopefully for Intel stock investors, this is a viable competitor. And for the AI industry overall, this is good news for the buyers of the technology, and this is good news for the industry overall as it'll lower the cost of the technology as more and more people come in. For Nvidia, it's not so great news, but it's something that Nvidia stock investors should have expected. Myself, I've been expecting this. I own Nvidia stock, and I understood that it's going to get competition because of its very, very lucrative margins and great revenue growth in an industry that's rapidly expanding. But still, Nvidia is at least one, arguably 2 steps ahead of the competition, and its products are still the most highly desired in the industry. This just makes it a little bit more competitive, and it adds a new product into the fray, and it remains to be seen if Intel can fight with Nvidia and AMD for any meaningful size, for any meaningful share in this highly lucrative industry.
Hey everyone, I'm excited to announce that my book is finally available for sale. I've been working on it for more than a year now, so I'm really excited to finally share this with you now. It goes through my framework for evaluating stocks. Some of you often ask why I like this stock or why I like the other stock, and this framework provides you the things that I look at when I'm evaluating stocks. I've added the link in the description below.